back from our 2-week tour of the garage renovation. Now, you can still hear the echo. There's a lot of it here. But the paint all dried up, of course, obviously. We were gone for 2 weeks. And we're starting to get things in place. So these cabinets here, just finished painting them. They used to be beige. Let me flip you guys around here. So this one used to be beige. It is now black to match those over there. And back here, we picked up 3 more of them. Same size, but these were gray in color. And now they're black as well. So gone is the gray and in with the black. So we'll have black on either side of the shop over here. We'll have the tall black ones on this side. We'll have the shorter black ones over there. And we're actually not losing any floor space in reality because of the camber or the angle of this. We end up pretty much in line. So that's going to be fun there. The platforms all dried out. So we're good there. We'll be able to drop the lifts in eventually. We're not in a rush for that. We have something coming up, and that is up here. Of course, lots of lighting, but also putting in a hoist mechanism so that when we want to, we can easily, simply, and quickly move things around, including putting the lifts in this hole. And speaking of lighting, these are what's going on the ceiling. So we've got a lot of 2-foot pieces. We've got a lot of 90-degree corners. We don't have many T's and we don't have many straights. So we have to be judicious in the use of those. Of course, the zigzag 90-degree is going to be easy to do for us. So we're going to decide a pattern shortly to see how we're going to be doing that with all. The first lights are up, as you can see, and they work. That's the type of light we're going to have. That's lighting for under there. There'll be lighting under the other side. And finally, up top, a lot of light there. So now we have lights on both sides. And this side may or may not be complete. We'll see at the end how many lights we have left. If we have enough left, then we're going to do another zigzag, go in a little further. But for now, a lot more light than we've ever had before, so it's a bonus. So viewed from the back of the studio, you can see how the lights have brightened it up. Now, of course, we don't have any lights up here yet, but just those lower lights have really brightened up the space. When we get all the lights up here, we'll be even better. First strip is up there. We're using scaffolding to reach the summit. And we're going to continue. Now, I have to leave a space for the overhead gantry crane. And once that's done, we'll continue on. View from up top, we now have 2 rows in. And yeah, it's pretty high up. There's Sylvia all the way down there. So yes, so 2 rows in, and just deciding how we're starting the 3rd row because we can't put them side by side. This line was left for the gantry crane, and on the other one, we can't start from here, because if we go this way, we have this in the way. So we can't make it there. We need to turn this way. But figuring out how to turn that way and not have them collide going along here is a lot of fun. Almost 3 rows done. Time for a well-deserved break. Wow. So we thought it was bright with the side lights on. Wait till we turn these ones on. It's a little brighter in here, but still not enough light. One of the reasons we leave the lights on as we're putting them up, we can see if we have a defective light and not have to take a whole string down because of one light as we're putting it up. So I decided this last little corner to finish off, and this part of the ceiling is done for the lighting. We'll still have in the next episode a gantry crane that's It's going to be fitting amongst these lights. Part one of the transformation is done. We have lights all up here, under there, and over here. And now we're starting to put lights up here. Before we start those, we're going to plug them in to make sure they're working. And as we assemble them, we get light. Getting brighter up there, of course, really bright up here, but this side will be going down to here and then having to go around the corner down that side. And we'll do the same there. Where it ends, back there, there'll be a wall. So that is the end of the detailing part of this building. And then from there, the other half will be for the fabrication shop, etc. So there we have it. So you can see the basically the size. So there's a seam running up here. That's where the wall will be. And then we'll have lighting on this plane as well. That way we'll have a well-lit area to detail. Last piece for the hoop on this side. We'll probably have a few more lights going in over on this side. We have some spotlights, etc. to put in, but we won't put those in until we have the walls finished. And we have walls that will be going up somewhere around here. We'll see. We may have room for another strip of lights, but that will have to wait. Welcome back to the shop. After a day of work, actually 2 days of work, we got a bit of the lighting in, and we got even more lighting. So there's the lighting on that side. There's additional lighting on that side, plus some lights up there. Now, why do we have all this lighting? We'll be doing detailing in here. And I've been telling people for years, you need more lighting in your shop. Well, this is an example of more lighting in your shop. Yes, it could seem a little bright in here, but we're not done yet. There's going to be some white walls going in on either side here, because on this side we have a bathroom. On this side, we'll have the heating system that will be behind a wall, and that is our in-floor heating system that's here. Next step in our construction is tidying up the little wires. There's some wires here and there. Not everything is on one switch. We won't put everything on one switch, obviously. So a few relays involved, nothing too difficult. After we're done that, the next step is to put up a crane up here. So we'll have a rolling gantry crane, goes from left to right, front to back. From that point there, so basically where we had the flat ceiling, not where we had the Quonset hut. That way we'll be able to easily and simply move things around, including these two lifts that are going in this hole. Once the lifts are in the hole, it'll be a lot easier for us to drive in and out of here. Instead of having to go around the lift, we have to drive behind it. Let me flip the camera around, show you the room from a different angle. Viewed from this side, there's a lot of lighting on this side, but once we step back a little bit, you see there's a line where the lighting stops. That's where the wall is going to be. That wall will differentiate or separate the detailing from the fabrication shop space. I like to do woodworking. I like to do metalworking. I like to tinker. I like to invent tools, things like that. So that's all going to happen on that side. I want to keep the detailing space clean. We're going to be doing trainings in here. We want it as a nice space for detailing, and we like detailing as well, obviously. So we want to have a great space to do that in. The lift obviously will be in the detailing space. So when I do mechanical work, it's going to be here, but that's not going to be a problem. The floor still needs to be polished. That's probably one of the last things we'll do in here before calling it okay. It's never, ever done. There's always improvements to be made no matter what. We got the heater installed back today. That way it's ready to go. Trust me, we don't need it today. It was close to 90 degrees, but it's there. There's going to be a wall that's going to be starting here, coming out to roughly here, and going back to meet this line. That's going to be the bathroom. On this side, there'll be a wall starting here, including this post, because this post actually supports this. And then coming back here, again, meeting the door, and then the door will be at this level here. And the door is going to be big enough to swing open and allow the bus to go through. That way, when we need to get the bus in here to work on it, we'll be able to do so. The lift is not so wide that the bus actually goes by on either side of it. It's a little wider than your average car. So this is 72 inches wide, the pit in here, and the bus is 102 inches wide, and the tires are right at that 102 limit on the outside. So not a concern. They're going to go on either side of this. I just have to line it up when I'm backing in or driving in. Other than that, it's nice to finally have lighting in here to see the reflection from the white paint. There will be more lights added because we may be doing videos in here. If we do videos, this lighting is not exactly adequate for that. We still need lights for spotting. You can see my face. It probably looks a little dark. Not sure what it looks like on camera. I haven't seen it yet, but probably a little dark. So we need a little more lighting from above and lighting for when we're doing videos. But for working, it's actually quite bright. There's still, as far as I'm concerned, it could be a little brighter, but we're working on that. Like I said, we'll have dedicated spotlights for that. We have a lot of those to install, but that's going to be at a much later date. We want to get it functional first. And part of that is getting that gantry crane up there. The gantry crane is going to allow us to put the lifts in the hole without forcing, without hurting ourselves, or without damaging the lifts that go down in there. And from there, once we get this hole covered in, then we can use the lift, obviously, but also get things going in terms of actually being able to use the shop. We have a car outside that's a friend of mine. It's waiting for having his shocks and struts changed. So he's really anxious for us to get this done. But from there, the floor will be polished. And that, like I said, is one of the last steps to do. Stay tuned. We got a lot more going on in here. Another day in the shop, more lights. So that the zigzag pattern or the diamond pattern that you see, that will be what's going to be in the fabrication shop. More than enough light. Let me turn you around. So as you can see, what we have done in the fab shop, now it's easy to see where the wall is going to be, and the ones in the fab shop are high enough up that we're not going to hit them. They're about 9 feet up, so it's not going to be a concern when we're working with longer pieces of wood or metal. That's going to be a easy thing for us. And the next step is lighting the garage door. Now that we're actually going to do a separate video for because it's something that's been asked a lot, and it will probably air before this one. So as soon as it's aired, we're going to have a link down below. This morning, we built a base to put the filing cabinets on. That base is basically allows us to stand them off from the wall. That way the wires can go by, and if we ever need anything to go by afterwards, we can do that. Built out of 2x6s. That way, if water gets there, and we're going to paint the wood and put a line of caulking in front of it, but should any water get there, it's not going to rust the cabinets. And also it makes the bottom drawer a little easier to get to. The top isn't so high that we don't have a problem. So 1 in, 3 more to go. In that corner there, probably some form of broom closet, broom cabinet that would be built or installed there. That way we have a place to put the brooms, we have a place to put the squeegee, etc., etc. And then just a little space here because there's all this stuff there. So we needed space. So it's not all the way to the corner. And then the heater is back up. We just have to hook up the gas and the electrical, and we'll be ready to go there as well. Cabinets are in, as you can see behind me. And so is a chain hoist. Now, this is going to be a different episode, so you'll get to see that. But basically, we can go up and down as much as we want, and also back and forth. So stay tuned, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.